Podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Welcome to this episode of the KJNA Podcast. My name is Kevin and I am the K.
And as always, my name is Jay.
And together we are the KJNA Podcast. And today, sir, we have watched and we are going to talk about the 2007 romance drama, 5 centimeters per second.
You know, I'm surprised. See, we've done a lot of Makoto Shinkai films. I think we've done as much of his stuff as we've done Studio Ghibli stuff, if not more.
Yeah, some of his stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, this one is as much. No. I will say this. One cool fact about this is that people who were working on the project, 4 people who were working on the project, after seeing the story and doing some of the animation, were like, we're going to go ahead and marry our partners now. Like, during production.
Oh, you guys.
So I was like, okay. I mean, I can understand the story to a certain extent, but I think it's because of the way it's told in the 3-act kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, you get to see the main character with his first love. Then you see him
that he never gets over. It's fucking middle school, bro.
Yeah.
Move on.
And then by the time he's an adult, he's just sad as fuck.
Yeah.
But at the end, you're like, okay, maybe he's finally gotten that will to
gotten over his middle school crush.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, puppy love can be kind of hard to get over, especially since it was like his first girl.
5 centimeters per second was the speed with which my penis retracted into my body.
Jesus,
with how terrible this movie was.
So
I was happy that the very first thing that was said explained what the fuck the title meant.
Right.
I was very happy about that because it didn't even hesitate. First thing it said.
Yes. Cherry blossoms fall at a rate of
5 centimeters per second.
But
who's measuring this?
But actually, if cherry petals were to fall at 5 centimeters per second, it would take them 1 minute to fall from a 3 centimeter high tree. Obviously, they fall around 10 times faster, even when pictured in the movie.
They do, because that was a lot faster than 5 centimeters per second. But anyways, I didn't like. I thought that the artwork was great.
Yes.
The character artwork was pretty crappy, in my opinion, because there were many times when they showed a character from like a specific direction or any direction, and I was confused which one it was because they all looked the same.
I think it was more the female characters, unfortunately.
Yeah, the female characters looked eerily similar, and it was occasionally hard to distinguish because they cut back and forth a lot. And then they'd show like not histories, but like images from the past of Takaki's original girl. What's her name?
Akari.
Akari. Yeah. The middle school girl he could not get over because I don't know, it was middle school. Like, boo fucking who, and let me be miserable for the rest of my life. But in the end, both of them did end up like. Both of them were still pretty obsessed with each other because I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure at the end of it, they both ended up moving back to that place where that cherry blossom tree was.
Well,
because they passed by each other when they were adults.
I don't know. I know they were in Tokyo when they first met, and then she moved to Tochigi.
Which is the place she was talking about the tree.
You're right. And that's where he went to go see her first. And then he ended up in Kagoshima, which was even further away after leaving Tokyo. And then he was there with Kanai during the second part of the film. And then by the third part, I want to say he was back in Tokyo because he said he was trying to get back to Tokyo when he was leaving middle school.
Yeah, but then he was in Tokyo and he was miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because then all of a sudden for like 2 seconds, he's like, I had a girlfriend for 3 years.
Yeah.
What?
And like you even see like I guess in the last sequence where the song is playing that they had been together and then they've been together for like 3 years and
Yeah.
they had only like grown a centimeter. Like distance
Yeah.
really, I mean, distance plays a lot into the entire theme of the movie. That time, obviously, and the connections that we make and lose
He's like,
along
can you
the way.
believe she told me after 3 years I still love you? I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck does that mean? What does that have to do with shit?
I mean, the character of Risa was barely explored. I mean, that was within like the last 14 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
It was
like
just
the first part
there.
of the thing.
Yeah, she was just there and it showed her at work and then she leaves work. And that's it. You don't even see her and Takaki together, except
No,
for like one snapshot where they're in bed
yeah, yeah,
together.
that's the
But
only time.
that's yeah. I don't know. I didn't like the way the story was told. It well go ahead and give your I know you got information for it. Let's
Oh,
go ahead and
you
get that over with.
funny thing, since we're probably sharing the same Google Docs, you should also have this information.
I don't look at your the Google Docs. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's all. I started using the main KJNA profile for that.
You're just now telling me that.
Yeah,
So there's no way I open that shit.
yeah, it's there for you, prep. Now you have,
Okay, cool.
now you
Well,
have the
you
same
still
information.
do the thing.
Okay.
Like you did.
All right. So IMDb 7.5 out of 10 with 65K reviews. Rotten Tomatoes 88% on the popcorn meter. Only the audience. That's right. The popcorn meter is now the audience score. With 1,000+ ratings. My anime list 7.6 out of 10. 570,239 users and Google users 4.3 out of 5 with 1,021 ratings. Uh, so obviously, Makoto Shinkai loves to do everything. So he directed it, produced it, and wrote it.
Yeah.
He had his friend Tinmon again do the music for it. It was released March 3rd, 2007, with a runtime of 63 minutes. So this is an easy watch. It's not something overly done.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Anyways, continue.
All right. So there was 3 voice acting versions of this, and we were watching the Bang Zoom Entertainment version.
Bang. Yeah.
That's right.
The
Bang.
voice acting wasn't terrible.
No, because Takaki Tano was played by Johnny Young Bosch. We had Akari Shinohara played by Erica Weinstein in the first act, and Tara Platt by the third act. And Kanai Sumida, who was in the second act, is played by Kira Buckland.
Okay.
So, synopsis told in 3 parts, the relationship of close friends Tano Takaki and Shinohara Akari is tested when Akari moves to another city. They stay in contact but struggle to describe their true feelings for one another. Yay, super short. Should be easy.
I think that romantic comedies can be taken depending on where you are in your life. Where
Yeah,
like if you're happy in a relationship, you're like, "Aw, you guys." But then if you're like miserable and single and don't want to deal with anything, you're like, "Man, this is bullshit."
I
I
mean,
hate
their whole relationship starts in like elementary school. So he transfers into, uh, I guess, whatever school in
Yeah,
Tokyo.
do they have parents? Well, like she has parents, obviously, but like,
Yeah,
is he's like lives on his own?
no, his when you see him in the first act, his mom comes home while he's eating, and his father is the one who's constantly getting transferred, which is why he has to constantly move.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that because it was like I was actually focused on this too, and I missed the fact that he had parents because it was like every time you saw him, he was alone in his room, and then he's like smoking when he's older. You're like, oh, you naughty boy.
Like that boy been through some shit.
He been through some shit. Like what? College to be in business? Because yet again, they don't explain what they do. He just types on the computer. It's business.
Yeah,
My
terrible.
job is business.
All right, so the first act is called Cherry Blossom, and it depicts Akari and Takaki as, I guess, technically middle schoolers now, with flashbacks to when they were in elementary school.
Yeah.
Constantly, I think there's a constant theme of these birds showing the distance between them because it looked like the bird was flying from Tokyo and ended up in Tochigi, where she was.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, reference to distance. Um, it was a lot of vivid imagery as they're talking about the changing of the seasons every time.
Yeah. Changing the seasons. And then, like, for some reason, every time they looked up into the sky, they could see a galaxy and like space and planets. And I'm like, where is this another Earth?
Yeah,
Where
when
are they?
we switch over to episode 2, well, act 2, which is
Two.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of weird imagery, which I was like, why is there craters in the ground?
Yeah.
Why is the Earth out there in space and the sun rising towards the Earth? What
Yeah.
planet are they on? Because it's
Yeah.
still
What the?
green as and normal as anything else. But yeah,
Yeah.
act 1 really, I don't know. Act 1 was, it felt very defeatist in a way when you look at Takaki trying to get to see Akari in the snow.
I feel like even throughout this whole thing, you don't get any character development except for the girl that has a crush on Takaki in Act Two. Like
I don't know.
even Takaki himself and Akari, like I feel like they have zero character development. It's mostly about Takaki, but it just feels like at the end he's like, I'm sad and I want to see Akari, and that's all you know about him. Like there's no like, what does he want? What drives him besides I want to be with Akari?
Okay, so for me, as far as his drive, it really just seemed like it was just to see Akari. It was just
Yeah,
to try to be with Akari, even though he even specifically says after he kisses her in the first act
this ain't
that
gonna happen.
yeah, that I mean he has a full of emotions when they kiss. It's like
Yeah,
it's amazing, like everything that he thought he knew about love and whatnot kind of like opened up right then. But then also the dark side of it was there was no way that they could be together. But then by the end of the kiss, he's like, but all that just seemed to melt away.
yeah,
And they spend their night in a shack talking, and then
yeah.
just
Talking.
like I don't even know how old they are at this point, but I mean, whatever middle school age is for the Japanese.
Well, like I said, you can't tell what they look like because they all look the same.
I mean,
Because I
I,
don't
I
know.
I could tell the difference right there when Kanai was introduced. After hearing that Akari had cut her hair in the first act, I was like, is that her? And then it was, they said Kanai.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Not
exactly, exactly.
yeah, it's
And
like the only thing they could tell me that could really help distinguish certain characters. Because again, this is an hour long. You don't have like 2 hours. You don't have an hour and a half.
yeah,
I mean, I think it's the second shortest after Voices of a Distant Star that Makoto Shinkai has done.
yeah. Could you please like give them different hair colors or something?
Yeah, a lot of brown.
Mm-hmm.
Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody had brown hair. That was part of the story besides Risa, who had black hair.
And then like he almost had like friends that were guys, but you only see them for about 2 seconds.
And yeah, it's during why he's still at his current middle school in the first act. I guess doing soccer.
Yeah. And then
And
Akari has other friends too, and they only ask her about Takaki. And no, I'm sorry, not Akari.
Kanai.
Kanai. Yeah, in the second one, you see she has friends, but
Right.
again, Kanai I think is the only one who actually had any sort of development. Like you understood her motivations and what she
Yeah.
was trying to do,
Yeah.
and
And of like however many minutes. Yeah, you had more going on with her. Even them seeing the Mazda train car, talking about the 5 kilometers an hour, I believe it was, that the train was going to get to the launch pad. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, so we're still talking about time and distance. Again, still major themes in the whole thing.
yeah.
Uh, so I was like, okay, okay, okay. But you hear that she's a surfer, but she can't surf very well. They're doing the future
Like, what are you
prospects.
gonna do in your when you're grown up?
Right, and then he has no idea, but then Takaki's already turned his in. They meet up on a hill later on as he's doing his texting, and you find out trying to text Akari, but he doesn't actually send the texts. He's just been typing them and then deleting them.
Yeah, like why? Why? Why didn't you
That
just keep texting like after you separated? Why?
was the whole point. You said you were going to keep in contact with her, but you didn't.
Yeah, why?
I beat you. So then she's, you know, I guess just in her own head, like she can't tell him how she feels because she knows that he's looking past her to the distance to someone else. So even though
Yeah.
she's in love with him madly, she will never tell him, and she will just grit and bear it, which sucks.
Yeah,
It
because
sucks
she
for her.
actually had a personality.
Yeah, I think she probably would have been better off telling him, but I guess it's just how the story is. And once again, it's that relationships that you have in school, as much as you want them to grow and foster on, sometimes those relationships don't go as far as you hope they will.
Yeah,
And
it very rarely. I tell my kids that all the time. Like,
yeah, I mean,
very rarely will you still know these people. Like, if you do, great, good for you. That's awesome.
right.
Like, I know I can think of one person that I still talk to that I knew in middle school, 6th grade.
I may still come in and out of contact with a couple of people from high school. That's about it.
Other than that, it's Facebook.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that I still know of what anybody else is up to. Because it's not like we hang out and shoot the
Yeah.
shit.
Well, yeah. Once you get to be an adult, it's kind of like you got a family, you got other things to do, you got work. I mean, it's hard.
Let's talk after the kids are grown.
Right?
Then we'll hang out like all the time.
Hopefully, you're still alive.
Right. Oh my gosh. All right, hold on.
And yeah, we hope that we make it long enough to talk to each other again after children have grown up.
I mean, honestly, I do have a friend that has a girlfriend he met in high school, and they're still together, like 4 kids and happy and all that shit. So, like, good for them. Like, hot damn.
Actualization.
Yeah.
They actually had what I'm guessing Takaki wanted. I want to take this puppy love that I had from elementary school and I want to make it a real thing. I want to make it real.
Well, all he had to do was send.
Yeah, all he had to do
Click
was
send.
I'm still like, he was so heartbroken over this letter that he lost that he wrote to her at the train station when the wind blew it away.
Yeah, because they were talking the whole time in between that year.
Yeah. After, I mean, what was it, like 6 months to a year after they had graduated from elementary school and they were in middle school, they kept correspondence. And then he finally goes to go see her, and then it starts snowing. First time it snows in Tokyo. She's talked about it's already been snowing where she is. Multiple trains he has to jump onto from different states, and then every time as he's getting closer to her, it's taking a longer time for these delays because of the snow, to the point where it's 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Then he's finally on the track. He's ready. They're almost there, and dead stop.
Yeah.
Hours.
All I do is text her like, "What you up to?"
I don't think they had
What
phones
you doing?
at that part.
Yeah, at the beginning that makes sense because when he does have a phone, it's like a flip phone.
Yeah. So I guess, and see, that's another thing. We don't know exactly what time period this is.
Well, it was 2007 when he was in high school, or when he was an adult. So I guess at that point it was flip phone time. It was almost iPhone time, touchscreen time.
Yeah,
if not just after.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was like it felt like I made the mistake of reading the vampire drama high school shit. My brain is not braining right now. The with Kristen Stewart.
Oh no, not Twilight.
Twilight, yes. I read the first one because everyone was talking about it when it first came out. And I was like, oh, well, maybe there's something good about it. And then I read it and I was like, this is like what it's like in a high school girl's brain. And I hate it here. And this is it. Honestly, 5 centimeters a second made me think of that. I was like, this feels like Twilight. Like it's just like, here, let me talk about how whiny it is. Hey, Akari, this is a letter I'm writing to you. How are you? Oh my gosh, I was thinking about 5 centimeters a second.
I think the thing that stood out to me was like the whole Act 1 as he's on the trains. I was like, man, this is bringing back Evangelion for me. This is all Shinji just sitting on the train being like, I'm depressed.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I was like, oh shit, this nigga's Shinji Ikari for real, for real.
But it was all like in his head.
Yeah, it was all just like the second part was more in Kanai's head. And I was like, just like you just said, Kanai had the most character development in the entire freaking story in a single act versus Takaki in all 3 acts.
All 3, yeah. And Akari was even sort of in all 3 acts. Like she wasn't
was
even really
in Act 3.
Yeah, she was barely in Act 3. She was sort of in Act 1 in that she had voiceover.
Yeah, she said goodbye to her parents in Act 3.
And she had that ring on, and you're like, oh, shit.
And then all of a sudden, it starts lining up as they're both thinking about the past right before the big musical exit. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What does it mean? It means Akari moved on. She was thinking about you, but she's going to have a life without you. You're still stuck. But after the end of the music, you're like, you know what? I'm going to be okay. Finally.
Yeah, it's about fucking time you got over your middle school crush, sir. Get over it.
So, if you were to say, since it's broken down into 3 acts, what was your favorite act?
The second one, because it actually had story development.
Yeah, I think it was the most beautifully animated part.
Yeah, because she did like the surfing, and then like she actually had like a family that she had a connection to, like her sister and her mom.
Well,
they're all living together.
Only because her sister worked at the school too, and taught her how to surf. And was on her side, and the whole, she'll be fine. She's kind of like me. She knows where she wants to go in life, or she'll figure it out on her own terms. So I'm like, okay, cool.
And then her, like, they go to the I was almost embarrassed for her when they went to the gas station and they were picking out what they wanted to drink or whatever.
Right.
And she couldn't decide until Takaki got the little coffee box thing, and then she got the coffee box thing, the smaller one. He's like, oh, decided kind of fast this time, didn't you? Like, yeah, she wanted exactly what you wanted. Like, get a life, girl. Get a life.
Well, she was infatuated him from the time she met him in 8th grade. I mean, not even met him, just saw him in 8th grade. So I was like, okay. And that's like one of those loves at first sight. Again, just like Akari and him had very similar vibes. No. I will. Just like had the same thing going on when they first met. It was just like, okay, we're very similar. We like to go to the library. No.
I'm sorry. Continue with your story. I'm just posting banners on StreamYard.
Yeah. See, now if we were to put this on, no. No. Never. Ever. Now that you're bullying me about it, no. I will never click it.
For those who are just listening, because this is an audio thing, I'm just making a banner across the bottom where StreamYard gives you example banners, and it says, this is an example of a banner. Click on a banner to show it on screen. And I changed the word banner to boner. So now every time you click on it, it says, this is an example of a boner. Click on a boner to show it on screen, because I'm an adult.
He can do what he wants.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. Jay, click it.
I can do exactly what I don't want to do.
Click it.
On the boner. No.
Click the boner.
I will draw a boner on you because I know
Please.
you pass out before me easily, sir. I will draw a boner on your forehead, and you will have to and you will have to explain that to some people.
You're not wrong. I do pass out first every damn time.
Yep.
Because I don't care.
Watch yourself.
Like, I'm old and I'm tired now. Fuck this.
Fair enough. I tried to stay up watching what was it we were watching last night? The Suicide Squad last night. I was like, I've seen this like 3 or 4 times. Probably more than that. But it was like almost midnight. I'm sleepy. I'm old. I have to wear a mask to sleep.
You have to do the breathalyzer thing now?
Yeah, dude, I'm
Nebulizer?
always using my CPAP at night.
Oh.
I don't have a choice unless I want to die in my sleep.
Well, nobody likes dying in their sleep.
Correct. Or looking like you're
Well, I mean, if I have a choice, I'm going to choose dying in my sleep, honestly.
I mean, that's the way everybody wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to be like, oh, I see things. Oh, I don't see things.
Oh, I'm feeling things. Nope.
These breaths are really hard to take. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
or I'm going to go out defending children, like jumping in front of bullets. No.
Fair enough. I don't know. I'm not. Just not trying to.
Then I will be at the table in Valhalla, feasting with Odin.
Fair enough.
That's just how you do.
Oh yeah, if you die in battle, you're always supposed to go to Valhalla. But that also means you're going to be fighting forever.
Well, I won't die, so it's fine.
Fair enough. It could always become, ooh, shit. You could always be in your prime. Very much like Record of Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm. Bro, what'd you say? Record of Ragnarok?
It came out as one word.
Record of Ragnarok?
Record of Ragnarok. Let me slow it down for you. Record of Ragnarok.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Come on, like a dude man with the katana.
Shing.
But he's old. Yeah, he didn't hit his prime until he was already dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do it. Sometimes you hit your prime and you're dead.
See,
who am I to judge?
Yeah, see, we connected it to an old episode. Haha, full circle. Yeah,
full circle. And it was longer than 5 centimeters because I think this was garbage.
Okay, so we agree the second act was the best act.
Yes. What was your favorite part, if anything?
My favorite part, finally seeing Kanai after she was like, I can't really surf. I can't even tell Takaki how I feel, and then her riding that wave, and then getting the confidence to actually be like, I'm gonna tell him how I feel
today.
Only for her not to do it. I was like, leading up to that whole lead up, I was like, fuck yeah, girl, get it. Fuck it, get that shit. And then I was like, damn, she brings some valid points.
Yeah. And she kept being and honestly, the only time that I felt like I was connected to anybody was when she was walking with him, and she kept being like, "Don't be nice to me. Don't be nice to me. Stop being nice to me. Stop being nice to me." And I was like, been there.
I was like, dude, this is Evangelion. It really is very, dude. With some of the shit you see in Evangelion, it is very emotional wise. Yeah, it has a lot of shit from Evangelion. Because these motherfuckers do not know how to deal with their emotions because these parents or these adults are just like, you have to go fight these giant monsters. Get the fuck out there and do it.
Yeah, go fight monsters. You got to save the world. Goodbye.
I ain't worried about your emotions. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck your emotions. Go save the world now.
Yeah, so you're stunning their emotional growth so they can become battle-hardened warriors. No, they have psychological traumas. So much trauma.
Yeah, congratulations. You traumatized your child. How do you feel?
Yeah,
I feel now.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, the art style of the characters is pretty close to Evangelion.
I feel like it's a step up or a few steps up from Voices of a Distant Star. It's kind of
Voices of a Distant Star was definitely bottom tier.
Yeah, But
because he drew it by himself on the computer. So
yeah, so I was like, okay, we took that and then we just elevated a little bit. And I think this is actually the first film where he actually worked with a whole staff of animators.
oh, it was.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought that the backgrounds were the best part of this whole thing. Like honestly, when I first started watching it, I got really excited at one part, and it's that one part when they were running under shadows of a tree, and it was like the way that the light reflected off of the kids as they were running through. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be some quality ass shit." I was excited. I was like, "Oh, the art's gonna be so good in this." But then they never used like the level of detail again in the rest of it.
I don't know if it was like 3 separate teams that did it or if it was a singular team, but I know the directors specifically for art and background. We had for character design, it was Takeo Nishimura, and then for backgrounds, it was Takumi Tanji and Ryoko Mishima. So
Those
kudos,
backgrounds were badass.
yeah, I say kudos to the animation team.
And I mean, aside from the characters, like the lighting was great.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I really enjoyed the lighting, but I just felt like the character design was all drab. It was all boring as shit, and there was no distinction between any of them, aside from the fact that you knew that it was Takaki because there was no other boys.
yeah. Very very vaguely where they're shown other boys. Like I said, first act, and that's about it.
Yeah, yeah, because otherwise it was just following him around, being depressed about missing his middle school sweetheart
Yeah,
and working in business.
yeah. He went from playing soccer to doing archery, and then whatever business he was doing.
And then business, typing on a computer, business.
All I can say about that business is he quit his job before the end of this fucking movie. He was like,
He did.
"Yeah, I just lost all ambition, so I quit my job." Like,
And I'm like, all right, good for you, buddy. Like, I hope that you find what makes you happy. I
but
hope you saved up enough money because you were just living in a room anyways.
I mean,
So,
that is kind of the minimalist Japanese way.
nah, fuck that. I can't. Whenever I show them whenever I see a Japanese bed and it's just like a foam mat on the floor, if that with a circle pillow, I'm like, how do you do that? how are you comfortable with that? Because I sleep on the floor at my house, and I'm like, well, my back's out for 3 days.
I guess it. I don't know. I guess it's ridiculous. I mean, if you're kind of trained to do so,
Yeah, I guess you're used to it.
Yeah, your body just kind of adheres to it. Like you don't sleep on your sides. I guess you just sleep on your back.
Yeah, you sleep on your back or you don't sleep at all.
Yeah.
That's it. And then they all and then, I mean, it is a minimalist culture. So they also have like the living room that they're like, the living room is the main area. It's the living room. But then, when it's time to go to bed, everyone rolls out their mats in the living room.
Yep.
And this is where we also sleep.
Tommy mats. Do it.
Yeah. I mean, like, if it works for you, good for you. I hope that makes you happy. But for me, I'm like,
Nothing.
I need my space, please.
So, if you were going to rate this,
Oof.
you're going to rate this, like,
oof.
And, I mean, my problem was we had to compare this to like Your Name, which I think had the most emotional stakes.
Oh, so good.
Anything that Makoto Shinkai has ever done, and we had a semi-sci-fi, semi-fantasy thing going on.
It was so good, and it was so beautiful.
Right? This is the most realistic movie he's put out. This has no sci-fi. This has no fantasy elements. It is just the world view.
Yeah.
From maybe 2 to 3 perspectives.
Yeah, I was really excited about this because I was like, oh, it's Makoto Shinkai. I'll like it. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
It's what we love Makoto Shinkai's work.
Yeah, like usually I'll like zone out on my phone half in and half out. But I was like, no, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna watch this. And I have regrets. Because I felt like there was no depth aside from a little bit in the second act. There was no depth whatsoever. Like I did not feel connected to the characters at all. I did not feel invested in a story because there was no goal. There was no like end result that you were striving for or like I don't know, some big thing you were looking forward to. There was nothing. It was just like him complaining about not being with his middle school crush.
Right.
And I mean, honestly, I'd give it like 3.5.
2.5 stars.
3.5, 4, something around there. Because like, I do not want to watch this again. I do not. Like, you can give me some like background art JPEGs, and I'll put it as the background wallpaper to my computer. That's about it.
Fair enough. I mean, even the main poster for it looked really good.
Yes. Yeah. The poster looked really good.
Yeah, like I said, when you compare it to stuff like even Voices of a Distant Star, for being
It had a goal.
For being like a 30-minute short that he made with his now wife and the music from Tinman that he did by himself. These 3 people, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they told a great story that I would once again love for him to redo as a full-length film.
Oh, that would be great to have it as a full-length film. And give me an ending where like they're not in separate places, but they get back together, sort of deal.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
If he's not too old, or he's like old as shit and she's still kind of young because of that weird time dilation they have.
I mean, but if he travels to where she is, then they're going to be the same age when he gets there.
Hopefully.
I mean, that's how it works. I'm pretty sure. If she skips a year, or she goes back a year traveling to that place, then he would go back a year traveling to that place. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, again, just I would like to see it. What is it? Your Name. You have to deal with that kind of, again, emotional stake.
Emotional damage.
Oh, it's so powerful.
It was so good. If you're listening to this, watch Your Name.
Yeah, we have not said that enough on this podcast. You have to watch Your Name. It's
so
even
my favorite anime.
Yeah, right? It is so goddamn good.
So good.
Yeah, when you compare it to that kind of stuff, this even for being a real story, I want to give it like at least a 5. I want to give it at least a 5 because it's not his best work to me, but it's not his worst work.
Step it up, Shinkai.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. He's had like 15 years since then. He's
I mean, like we saw Voices of a Distant Star, which is from 2002. Then 5 centimeters per second came out in 2007, and then we've seen Your Name, Weathering with You, and Suzume. So yeah, we've seen quite a bit from Makoto.
We've seen a lot of. You know what we should do? We should watch some of our most hated films again.
Oh my god! Do like a little conglomerate episode. Like, look at this piece of shit.
Look at this son of a bitch.
This piece of shit.
Terrible. Vampire Hunter D.
Oh god! And I can't believe we were so happy. We were like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch Vampire Hunter D.
Oh, we were so excited.
Like, oh my god, why is this so terrible?
Oh, you just want to look back at yourself and be like, look at you. Poor innocent Kevin.
You were so
having such high hopes.
And then having those hopes dashed away.
We can watch Time Stranger again.
Jesus Christ. Don't you ever subject me to that piece of shit again. Look, before I watch that, I will literally have to watch the show if I can find it anywhere.
Yeah, to see if it's as terrible.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's as terrible because the English dub's going to be garbage. The animation is going to be just like it was 60s, 70s style anime garbage.
Why couldn't you just say Stranger? Why does it have to be E-Tranger? Why did you do this?
They wanted to be fancy as fuck. That's all.
Fancy. Why did you do this?
Oh, they thought the fanciness was going to take away from the pile of shit they gave us.
No, you can't. You can only shine shit, but so much.
Let me polish that up for you.
Oh, yeah.
Got it on me.
Ew, the shit's touching me.
I touched it. Why did I do that?
Ew. Oh, wait, it's all a sign for her being in a coma. Or is it?
Yeah. Still to this day, we don't fucking know.
We have no idea. They did not explain. Giant cat!
Yes, the fucking giant cat.
Giant cat!
and weird religious zealots for some
Oh
reason.
man, we need to find some more shitty movies
Well,
to watch.
I look to you for that, sir.
Oh yes, that is what I'm good at.
It is your forte.
It is my forte because all I do is Google what is the worst anime of all time, and that's
Jesus.
how I found. Oh, what was that other one?
Oh, fucking Psychic Wars.
Psychic Wars. That was it, Mister. My sleeves can't stay on ever.
Oh, let me go Super Saiyan and look like dude from Fist of a North Star.
I'm a doctor, but wait,
Yes.
my sleeves are busted.
I was sitting here like, your whole diabolical plan was to travel to the future. Are you sure? Are you sure that was your diabolical plan? Because the motherfucker was still waiting for you when you got there. And he whooped your ass. Not that. Not just whooped your ass. No, he found your mama. and your mama was trying to fuck him. And I was still sitting here like, bitch, all you had to do was not show yourself. All you had to do was fuck him. All you had to do was fuck him.
That's it.
And you could
That's
have
it.
super demons. But no, let me divulge my plan and who the fuck I am to you and try to fight you and get fucked the wrong way.
Not even the fun way. Nobody gets a happy ending.
No one had a happy ending.
No, there was no happy
very,
ending to be
he was
had.
very hurt. He was very hurt that he had to murder his girl.
Fucking, so many terrible films. All right, well, we can for our next one. You can pick a good one, and I'll pick a shitty one.
Okay, sounds like.
And then we can, like we used to do back in the day.
Oh, I love that. A return to the old days.
Return to the old days, since we're almost done with season 2, I think.
No, dude, we're already done with season 2. We're past a year. We're past a year.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about 52 plus. Oh yeah, that's right. So it's past 104. So then we're at season 3.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to say about this? Again, 5 centimeters per second was the speed with which my penis retracted into my body from this terrible movie. I did not like it.
Yeah. Again, this is not Makoto's best work.
Sorry, Makoto.
It's not his worst.
We're still bros.
Yeah, we're still bros.
Constructive criticism is how I tell you I love you.
Yeah. Like I said, go back to Voices of a Distant Star. I think that does deserve a redo.
Yes.
I do believe. And it's been 22 years now. I think it deserves a reboot.
Please reboot it because it would be so good with the newer skills you have.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
It would be so good.
Scale of those mechas, the aliens.
Oh, yeah, it'd be so good.
The story itself, again, like taking it from a half hour. Do it again with your wife and Tinman. It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, invite Rad Wimps. Rad Wimps can do some more music too.
I'll do voiceovers.
I would like to be part of that as well.
Yes, we will do voiceovers.
Yes, we can do this.
Hello?
Everyone?
Pay attention to me, Makoto Shinkai.
Oh, no.
Listen to me!
I mean, whatever film company in America who wants to do dubs, we're here. We're here.
I'll dub it. I hear.
We do that.
Dubby energy.
We do that. I mean, we be that. We do that for you. We do that.
Me too. Me do it.
All right, Kevin. Where can they find us?
Oh, they can find us at kjandapodcast@gmail.com. And they can also find us at KJNA Podcast on the Facebook and the Twitter and the Threads and the TikTok and the Instagram. And then they can go to buymeacoffee.com/KJNA Podcast to just directly donate. And then they can also go to patreon.com/KJNA Podcast if they want to see some of our older stuff. Because if we have people start to, subscribe, then we'll start putting more shit on there.
Facts.
And then
6 hours.
You can also go to YouTube.
Yep.
Jack Ham with the KGNA podcast, and that's where we're also there. And I think that's it, right? Oh, no. Call us.
Yeah. 858-848-5562.
Yeah. Text me, call me, beat me, however you want to reach me.
Yeah. We're not kept possible, but
it's got to be better than that Spanish guy that keeps calling me asking for Janet.
Janet's
Janet's not here. Oscar, or
Oh.
whatever your name is.
That'd be weird if it was Oscar.
It would be funny if it was Oscar.
Oscar, why are you looking for Janet?
Oscar, who is this?
We
Who
have-
is
we have-
Janet? She's not here.
She hasn't been here forever.
Look, algebra, stop looking for your ex. She's never gonna come.
Oh, not
Stop
the ex.
asking why.
Well, because he's an ex.
Stop looking for your ex.
Those intersecting lines. Why
Trying to
not?
solve for ex.
Better watch out for Steve behind your ass.
Well, I've realized something this week that diarrhea is hereditary, sir.
Yeah. It runs.
It runs in your genes.
Gross. For anybody, if they have to ask, is it okay for people to shit their pants? It's not okay. It's not.
Unless you can't help it, then just do it all the time. That's
I
fine.
mean, incontinence happens, but let's not be shitting our pants just be shitting our pants.
Says who?
Says me, because I don't want to smell shit.
I'm a grown ass man. I can do whatever I want.
If you want to shit your pants, you shit your pants, but don't
I
shit
will.
your pants around me.
And you ain't gonna say shit about it. If I'm gonna shit my pants, I will shit my pants.
Shit, you shit your pants, I'm gonna kick you right in your ass.
Oh, well, then you're gonna have shit on your foot.
I'll have shit on my boot. And I'm gonna grind it into your ass.
Worth it.
Worth it. Oh.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Good night, folks.